Welcome to the Boss News Network. This is a spoiler-free analysis for Interstellar. Interstellar is, or has become a very polarizing film, when it comes to critics and audiences. People are at both ends of the spectrum. Some people absolutely love it. Some people absolutely hate it. I am in the minor of which simply enjoy it. There are a few things that drag the film down and prevent it from being an incredible film. The mistaken direction which regards to plot cost this film. The direction in which the Nolan brothers took with this film result in the final 30 minutes of the film, taking a different direction, and I think that is the major issue with the film and the reason why this film, frankly, just becomes average. The direction they took was a mistake. However, you cannot call it a mistake because, if you pay attention to the beginning of the film, you will realize that is the direction they will ultimately take. People who hate this film, genuinely do hate the film. However, I believe some of them are just acting out their inner hatred for The Dark Knight Rises. When The Dark Knight Rises first came out, I walked out of the theater calling it a piece of shit. However, I was taken back by the amount of people who claimed to love it. The funny thing about this modern age in which we reside in, is that almost everything is now documented online in the form of a YouTube video, or a post or and on Twitter or Facebook. So once you do a movie review, it is out there, forever, basically, and I am just being real. Critics pretended that The Dark Knight Rises was not a piece of shit just to make Nolan fanboys happy. As time passed and these critics were forced to defend The Dark Knight Rises over and over and over again, they built up an inner resentment for Christopher Nolan. Now fast forward to today, Nolan gives us Interstellar, which is a very good film. It isn't a great film, but it isn't a piece of shit. However, because the metaphysical cinematic crucible that these Dark Knight Rises defenders had to bear, the mistakes of Interstellar are heightened for them, leading them to act out their age on Interstellar. Now, Interstellar was not as bad as Dark Knight Rises. In fact, Interstellar could have transcended the echelons of cinematic greatness, if it wasn't for 3 or 4 things. Because this is a spoiler-free analysis, I will, of course, have to stick to everything we just know from the trailer. The biggest problem with this film is the direction it took to wrap things up. For the majority of the film goes one way, but as I stated before, they go in another direction. However, the rest of the film is brilliant and very well done. The conclusion of the film cannot be considered a twist because they do give things away in the first 30 minutes of the film, and even sporadically during the film. The conclusion of the film can be blamed on one of the themes of the film and, oh boy, and this freaking theme resulted in one of the most horrendous display of over-the-top acting performances I have seen in forever. Anne Hathaway gives a little speech somewhere in the middle of the film that will be remembered in the years to come, and not in a good way. In fact, some people in the theater, including myself, were laughing during Anne Hathaway's little speech. Her delivery was over the top and hard to watch. Whatever. There is something else people have an issue with. However, I cannot cover it. I think I better wrap this up because there is a lot I want to cover but cannot tell you about. So, summary. Interstellar is a very good film but suffered from Nolan approaching the plot from both a relative and abstract angle. The film makes up for it by having a good plot when it comes to the grounded side of things. The visuals of the film are outstanding. The soundtrack is very well done and is a bit of a nod to a classic space film. The acting is great, barring Hathaway's little speech and a few other things I will get into during my spoiler video. Should you see this film, is the question. The only reason I saw this film is because it is a film everyone is talking about, for both good and bad reasons. But I am wholeheartedly glad I saw it, and will be seeing it again. My final score of the film is 8 out of 10. I am minusing 1.5 points because of the theme that hurt the ending, and I am minusing a half a point because the film is 20 minutes too long. However, it is an enjoyable film and the positive things far outweigh the negative blah blah blah. We here at BNN just don't give a shit, and if you want a more in-depth analysis, go and watch the film and then check out my spoiler analysis, which I will try to post later today, or tomorrow, or whenever. Anyway, thank you for watching.